Hello, hello, hello. Bonsoir, tout le monde. Tout just cette ici, um Ghana. Oh, they can't even understand my language. Okay. Everybody from Ghana. Good night to St. Lucians. Good night to Canadians. Good night to Americans. Good night to all my Caribbean folks, Jamaicans, and everywhere around Antigua, St. Vincent, Grenada. I would like to say good night. Welcome, welcome to another episode of Poetry and Perspective with Placide. I am your kind hostess, as usual, Cindy Placide. Okay. Well, guys, as usual, I start off the show with letting you know that I am a poet, author, and advocate. I'm an advocate for autism, mental illness, and suicide. Also, I'm advocate for dwarfism, and of course, I speak about other topics like cervical cancer and a lot of host of issues. So, I advocate for that. The reason why I advocate for these things because I have four children, two that I birthed, well, three that I birthed, including one deceased. My first son Kyle, my second son Noah, who has autism, and so that's why I advocate for that. And my daughter-in-law Aaliyah, lovely, lovely lady, she's my daughter, and also my deceased daughter Isabel. That she's the reason why I advocate for dwarfism, particularly teratrophic dysplasia, and also with my own struggles with mental illness due to the loss of my daughter and so many other factors in my life. I advocate for mental illness and suicide and to help others to cope with their issues with their mental health. Sorry, but before I continue, let me tell you this. I would like to apologize for the little lateness. I know I've been working on that. I always get in some technical difficulties somehow somewhere before the show starts, but you know what, the show has got to go on, so it's better late than never. So I just want to welcome all my guests, all my risers and prosperity builders. We don't tap out. We come in, we fight, we rise, and then we rise to the occasion. We get to where we want to. So I want to say good night and thank you so much for always joining us. A poetry and perspective with Placide. Now, if you see me looking down, I am looking at my phone because I am trying to get all my viewers as well on Facebook, and so that I could go public so everybody can see what we are doing here. So let me see what we have there. Let me edit the privacy. It always goes to another thing, but hey, we're good here. So tonight. We have, as I said, we have an amazing, amazing, amazing guest tonight. As usual, let me tell you, all my guests are amazing. And you'll find that I have found that the guests that I've had on this show, all of them have impacted me one way or the other. Most times, sometimes when I leave this show, I am boohooing, I am crying, I am so, my life, it has no meaning because I'm going like, sometimes you think that you have it badly, but another person has it worse. So we have to be thankful for life and thankful for the blessings that God has given us. Listen, guys, as usual, I'm going to let you all know quickly. This show is about positivity, about motivating, about empowering, about promoting others. It's not about negativity. It's not about bringing others down, but we are here to lift others up and to give them a platform to show their work as well as to show the different struggles that people are going through. You understand? Through my own struggles, I decided this was a good platform for me to be able to help other people, no matter how little it is. Even if it's just one person that can hear the story and can reach out and to talk to them, I would have made a good thing. We don't discuss politics nor religion on here because everything has its place. And I want to say thank you for all those who have respected that we don't discuss politics and religion because, I want it to be fun, impactful, and positive, and don't bring drama in here at all. The drama we're going to have is going to laugh and we're going to have fun, okay? So this is our drama. But tonight, let me tell you guys, I have an amazing guest. This guest, like they always say, people cheat death. I could literally say that this person knows what it means to cheat death. Okay. And so tonight I'm gonna bring my guest as I have promoted. He's from the beautiful Caribbean island of St. Lucia. And he is going to talk to us. He's going to let us in a little bit on his world and see how he is doing and what his experience has been like. Guys, I want to tell you this. Sit back and just savor that moment. And please, as you listen to him, think of how you can assist, how you can, through your own experiences, impact somebody and how his life is going to be able to impact you. Okay. So without further ado, I'd like to bring on my guest, Mr. Rosemond Clery.
A very good
Hi,
evening.
Rosemond. How are you?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm
I
very
am
blessed and
thankful.
thankful. I'm thankful. Very
Awesome,
thankful.
awesome, awesome. Mr. Clary, how was your day?
My day was good, just like all the others, you know. It's been good. I survived another day and I'm always thankful for every day I survive.
Amazing. And that is wonderful. Listen, I just want to say thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule, out of everything that you do. And I told you earlier on, and I don't know how much I can say more, that you inspire me. A lot of my guests inspire me, and you are no different. You're such an inspiration to me. And I just want you to understand that you matter. And I am, it's a privilege to just even be in your presence. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. But I think I know your face from somewhere, okay?
I know. Yeah, you said
I
that.
think I know your face from somewhere, okay? So, Mr. Clary, please tell us a little bit about yourself, about your background, where you grew up, your schooling, your hobbies, and then we're gonna get into a little bit deeper, So please tell us a little bit about yourself, your hobbies and stuff like that.
Well,
Away from.
it's probably you're probably gonna need a few weeks to but I will
Okay,
try and
briefly.
give you a bit of it. Well, of course, as I just said, I'm Rosemond Clery, former OECS and Caribbean boxing champion. There's so many former senator, former scuba diver instructor. I mean, there's so many, former karateka. There's a lot. There's a whole lot. And sometimes I look at my life and I go like, whoa, I should have been older than I am, when I look at you know. But I brought up in Castries. I'm from Pave, brought up in Castries, and
Hmm.
went to the St. Aloysius RC school.
Hmm.
And I was blessed to get a bit of Castries comprehensive. Unfortunately, didn't spend much time there due to circumstances. There was some disturbance that, I had a temper as a young boy, and it cost me that. But I went back to Cassius Comprehensive School and did my night class, and that's how I was able to brighten up myself a bit. That's about it. I'm a scuba diving instructor. Scuba diving was one of my favorite hobbies and profession, which I enjoyed immensely. I hope I answered most of your question.
You actually did. You actually
So
did.
much, so much,
You
yeah.
did. So listen, I want to say this. I know people are going to be calling me for the show. So if anybody wants to get on the show, please, please get on. I'm going to put it in the chat and put it so that people could see, because I know people will be calling me for the show. They want to know what the show is going on. So I'm going to put it in the chat before we continue. So people could see that where they can get the show, because I know people are calling me for the show. So give me 1 second, okay? All right. You are a senator. You are a senator. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, I was blessed with the opportunity to serve as a senator in Parliament from my
Hey.
wilderness, of course.
So how was that for you?
It was a wonderful experience, and being a person with a disability and being the first person with a disability in St. Lucia to serve as a senator. It really had a good feeling. It really meant that life still had a lot to offer as a person
Okay.
with a disability. It was a great
Nice.
feeling. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed being part of the decision makers. I enjoyed the opportunity to write my speech and deliver it. It was just great. It was really a
Mm,
great feeling. I enjoyed that immensely. Just being
that
able
is
to do
beautiful.
it, it was really
That's
beautiful.
beautiful. I can hear the fondness of what you did in your,
Yes,
in your
it
voice.
really gave me some sweet joy. I really had that joy. I
Yes.
enjoyed it. It was a good,
But
good.
before all of that, right? Before all of that, before you became a senator and before you whatever, what was your greatest passion?
Well, before I became, well, of course, scuba diving. I mean, I love scuba diving. I love, love, love scuba diving. I mean, we got paid well as a scuba diver, and I was a scuba diving instructor. But I'm that kind of person. I always believe in breaking away and making it happen for me. So it wasn't. It didn't. I didn't take too long before I started my very own scuba diving center. I'm that kind of person, you know. So,
Wow.
but that really did for me. I mean, I always used to say to a lot of my students, the best thing that ever happened to me is being paid to have fun. I had a lot of fun being a scuba diver, teaching my students, going out and enjoy the beauty of beneath that ocean. But guess what? I got paid for that. So I got paid to have fun. That was sweet. I love that. I love that. I would
Let
do it
me
again. I would do it again if I could.
let me tell you, there is nothing more than having fun in doing what you love.
Precisely. Precisely. Yeah.
There's nothing sweeter than this. And I
Mm.
think I hope that I did that justice. I think this is one of the most beautiful things you can do is to have fun doing what you love. Me, I'm doing what I love. I have fun, and it's even a bigger
Absolutely.
perk. It's even a bigger perk to be able to get paid for it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. So I always like to say good night to my guests before we can continue. So yeah, Cuthbert Nathaniel said, "My buddy, my brother, a great inspiration
Yes.
to me, and so many others." So
Yes,
good night,
that
Cuthbert.
is my dear friend Cub, but he was asking me
Okay.
for the link, so I guess he got it. Yeah,
Okay.
Cub is one of the persons who have supported me 100%. A good friend. We knew each other from school. I mean,
Okay.
a long time, and he's been one of the supporters in my life. You know, it's always good, when you have that challenge that I have, to have a friend that you can actually depend on, trust, and you need
Yes.
that. You need that because disability is not an easy thing. You know,
Yes.
you have so many challenges and so many things that comes to your mind. And of course we'll get there eventually, I'm sure.
Definitely. And so we have John Christian, Lauren Darville, and I don't know how many people
Oh,
are watching.
oh, my dear
Yes, so
Lauren.
we have some good folks on here for you, man. They are rooting for you. So John said, "Great brother."
uh,
Comfort also say,
that's my
what?
big brother. That's my big brother.
Oh, that's your big brother. Hi, big
Oh
brother.
my goodness, man. I love
Listen,
you,
guys, I'm
John.
a hot mess. Y'all know me already. I am a hot mess.
Oh my God,
Okay.
this thing is this is bigger than I think.
Yes. Okay. So, guys, listen. Let me tell you something. Okay, you all know I am a hot mess. I like trouble. Not the bad kind of trouble, the good kind of trouble. Okay. So listen. Let me show you all something. Okay, this man, he said he was a scuba driving instructor. Before we get into the juice, okay? Before we get into the juice, he said he was a scuba driving instructor. And
Not drive, not driving,
scuba
blasted,
diving.
diving,
Sorry, what am
diving.
I
Yeah,
saying? Diving? Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Scuba diving instructor. Let me
That's
tell you
correct. Yeah,
this, y'all.
that's
Okay.
what I
Let me
was.
tell you all this. Let me tell you all this. I want you all to look at this. I'm trying to pull up a slide there for you for you to understand something. Okay. You're gonna understand it in a minute. Eloysius Gerson. Hi, cousin. This is my cousin. Eloysius Gerson. That's my cousin. I love you. Thank you for joining the show. Listen, I am going to show you all this. No, don't be. Hold on a second. My computer is acting as if it's slow now. Right now, I'm trying to show the juice. Okay. Listen, as we're waiting for it, what is your favorite food?
Oh God, green fig and saltfish. I've loved it all my life.
Yes,
You don't.
yes.
You
Listen, you
you
my
you
buddy.
all my life. You don't have enough green fig to give me. I love green
You
figs.
my
Wow.
buddy. So when I come down to St. Lucia, we gonna
Yes. And
make sure
even
I'm telling you. We
that's
coming
right.
down, we eat sitting
And
and
even on
eating
a
green
bad
foods and
day,
stuff.
even on a bad day, Placid, when there's you can't get the flesh to put it, just give me a little butter on it and I'm good. Green fig
Oh
and butter.
yes,
Oh
yes,
yeah.
yes,
I love
yes.
green figs. I love green figs.
Wow.
I
Listen,
love
guys.
green
So here's the juice, eh? Here's the juice. Here is the juice.
figs.
Do you look at those abs? Look at those abs on this
Oh
and this
yeah.
body.
Yeah,
Hey,
I remember teaching a scuba diving class, and a lady from Europe said to me, "Your body's like a lobster with all the little fat."
that's not even six pack, that's a
I
12
didn't have a
pack.
six pack. I never had a six pack. I had an eight pack actually.
No, that looking like a 12 pack.
Oh well, that's a possibility. If you go to the side, you might get some more to make it
Okay, okay. I'm like, look at him. But you look so fit there. And as a
Yeah,
former athlete, I can totally relate, that I used to be fit at one time. I'm still fit, but not how I want to look. But anyway, I appreciate it either way. So yes, but oh my gosh, that was amazing. So what was it that made you get into scuba diving?
um, oh, what made me get into scuba diving? Well, I used to work at Marigo Bay, And at that time, I was a security guard, because I
Mm,
was a boxer and I was a black belt in karate, so I had the ability to be able to serve, and protect. So I was a security guard, and I wasn't too far from the scuba diving center. And every time I see persons leaving the center going out to dive, and I look at this and I said, "This is something I'd like to try one day." It captured my eye. And I
mm-hmm.
mentioned this to the instructor that one day, and he told me, "Well, speak to the manager." And the manager says, "Sure, not a problem." So I went out one day and went out to try something called a resort course, which is just a discover where you try it out. And
Mm-hmm.
I was hooked for life. I
Wow,
went out scuba diving for the first time, and I was hooked for life, and that was it. There was no turning back.
that's
There was no turning back.
amazing.
And then I
That's
went and do all my courses, went to Barbados, went to Tortola, went to Florida. And by the time you know it, I became a scuba diving instructor. I didn't stop there. I continued pushing myself until I became a master instructor. I got my
wow,
master's, and that was basically it. I love
amazing.
scuba diving. Beautiful,
I
beautiful hobby.
I can see the passion. I can see it in your
Beautiful
eyes.
hobby.
I
If
can
you
see
want
the
to
love.
relax, there's no place to relax and forget about everything that's bothering you than under the ocean, at the bottom of the ocean.
I
The same
believe
I go,
you.
the same I go down there and I just lie down and relax 20, 40, 60 feet deep and just relax and breathe. It's just, I mean, scuba divers can tell you, it's a great hobby.
Wow,
Yeah. So
you got me.
it's
You
a
give me
peace of mind.
goosebumps.
You're looking for a peace of mind, scuba diving is a
Yes,
peace of mind. And all the
yes,
beauty, all the
yes.
fish, the colors,
Mm-hmm.
the vegetation, the coral,
Yes.
the life beneath the ocean is just, you if you think you love God, you would
Mm-hmm.
love him even more when you see that. You would appreciate him more.
Wow. Now that is a great visual. That
Yes,
is
yes, it is.
a yes,
I mean, so much he gives to us to enjoy. So
yes.
much. Oh man,
Wow.
I would do it
Um,
again.
Steve Etienne is watching, and then he said, "Good night,
Oh,
Steve. How
my
are you?"
dear
And he
friend.
said, "You never say never guy and great role
Yes.
model."
Steve,
Oh,
Steve know me very well. This gentleman can
that is
describe me.
good.
And he's a wonderful human being too. Wonderful human being. Thank you
Yes.
so much, Steve. He's been one of my great supporters in every way.
Mhm.
If I fall short, he always stretch out the hand, say, "Come on, get up." He's that kind of
Mhm.
person. What a
Yeah,
wonderful
and
human.
that's good because we need people like that. We
You
need
need
people
people
to
like
lift
that,
us up. Yes.
especially when you're going through this challenge. People don't understand disability is not an easy thing. You know how many times it crossed your mind, end it? I can't take the pain no
Okay.
more.
Yes. So
It's
we're
not an
gonna
easy
let's
thing.
hold
It's
that
not an
thought.
easy thing,
Let's hold that
Yes,
thought because
absolutely.
I want the viewers to understand why we are here, where we're gonna get to from being a 12-pack scuba diver, a 12-pack scuba diver to where you are today. Okay, so I thought I call you the ultimate survivor. Okay,
Yeah.
and based on our conversations, every time I think about it, I get really goosebumps, and I'm going like, huh. I'm just picturing things in my mind. So, a few years back, you had a tragic incident which led to your disability. Now, if it's not too much for you, and that changed your life. So, if it's not too much for you, could you please tell us, without giving us too much information, just tell us what that tragic accident was?
Okay. The
Incident
tragic,
was.
it was that evening at about 8 o'clock. A good friend of mine asked me to give him a ride in Grenadier Grocery, and I was actually going out on a on a date that night. I was like, "Guys, I can't see you, man. There's something better out there." And the guy said, "Man, just drop me in that place in the north of the island. I just want you to drop me there." And I said, "I don't feel like it's gonna cost me to be late." But as friends, you give in to friends. I said, "Okay, let me quickly drive and drop you up there." And I could never forget that as long as I live. While driving up the highway, I actually heard a voice when I passed the Castries Comprehensive Area. I heard a
Mhm.
lady's voice saying, "Don't go." That was so funny. I'm driving
Mhm.
and I went like, to me, I heard a voice, a lady's voice.
Mhm.
What's that? That's weird. But anyway, I ignored it. But I knew I heard something like that. And when I got
Mhm.
to the area in Barwon, or somewhere in the area, Barwon, the north of the island, I told the guys, "Okay, I'll drop you all there." And the guy said, "No, no, no, a little deeper inside." And I said, like, "Gosh, you guys gonna cause me to be late." And so anyway, I quickly went a little inside. And then the guy said, "Wait for me. We just go and see a friend. A friend has something for us. We're gonna collect it." And I said, "Wow, you guys gonna cause me late." But while waiting for them, I can hear footsteps in the bush. And it was so dark I could hardly even see myself.
Mhm.
So, but I stayed in the car and waiting for the guys, because it's a good friend. He wanted a ride, he and a couple of guys. It turned out that when they came back, you know, they came back immediately ready to go. Then I'm telling them that, I heard I'm handsome walking in the bush. And the guy said, really? Yeah, I said, yes. It's right there. And as I point my finger, I just heard a gunshot right away. And a bullet came out of that right away. It didn't take any of the guys. It took me right in my chest. I was the one that was shot. Can you imagine? And to make a long story short, the bullet pierced my heart, my lungs, and stuck in my spine. And that was it.
Your heart.
My heart. So I had two holes in my heart, two holes in my lungs. Yep. And my spine was damaged. Yeah. And I remember that voice. So I said, that's probably what the voice was said. I remember I heard something said, don't go. I heard that. You know, sometimes we have voices we never pay attention to, and here we believe that
Our
literally.
conscious is speaking to us.
Mhm. I can never forget that as long as I live. And it turned out that I collapsed. And then the guys asked me, "What happened to you?" And I immediately recognized. I said, "Oh my God!" Because I'm trying to command my leg to get up so I can enter, you know, and I can't move. I cannot move. And I said, "Wow, I'm paralyzed." So the guys actually from me in the back seat, they got in my car and they drove my car and took me to the hospital. And they just dropped me at casualty and they left with my car. I mean, all of them got arrested, you know. They got arrested. They just dropped me at casualty and they just left with my car.
Oh my
Never,
goodness.
never stayed to pay attention, and and that was the story. And I can never forget that day. Dr. Pep, the great Calypsonian Dr. Pep, wasn't called, and he was the one
Yeah.
who attended to me. And I remember so well that I was dying, actually bleeding, and he took a scissors and cut my brand new jeans. I had just buy a pair of pants that day. I love that pair of pants, and I'm dying. I'm dying. It's so funny. I'm dying, and he's cutting my pants. I'm saying, "Doc, you cutting my new pants."
You died.
But I'm suffering, you
That's
know.
so
I said,
funny.
Doc, why are you cutting my new pants when you can just take out the pants? And and he goes, "Come
To
on, boy."
save your life. Let me show
Oh,
you. Let me show you a part of an interview that you did. And after the show, I would like to post this on the link so people could go and hear your story even deeper. Okay. But I want to show a link. A part of your story where you were talking about where you got shot. Okay. And I find that was really, really, it really touched me to my core. Okay.
yeah.
Give, so let me see if I can pull it up. Okay. Present. Let me see. Share screen. I'm getting good at this. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Precisely how many, but I'm certainly sure there was more than three. What I can tell you though, the first one that came out struck me. The first one struck me. That I know for sure. That I know for sure. And it is so intriguing. Hearing it, seeing because it was dark, seeing that fire, you see a fire traveling, hearing it, seeing it, and feeling it were all simultaneous. It was simultaneous. I heard it, I felt it. It is unbelievable. I heard it, I saw it, I felt it all at once. Everything was like one. I go like, wow, that's fast. I saw it, I heard it, and I felt it, like simultaneous. I struck the ground, and when I struck the ground, that pain in my right chest, it went right to my right breast. Actually, um, I immediately recognized. Well, at first I thought I was dreaming. So I head a few times. I go like, I hate that dream. So I give myself a few tap on the head. And I said, I hate that dream. I don't like that dream. I want to get out of that dream. So I knocked my head about 3, 4 times because I thought I was dreaming. I thought I was in some sleep and I was really having a bad dream. But after knocking my head 3, 4 times, I realized you're not dreaming, Rosemond. It's actually real. And then one guy came to me and said, what's wrong with you, man? What's wrong with you? And I said, I'm trying to stand up, but every time I try, my legs just will not stand. And then I said to myself, I remember saying to myself, my God, I'm paralyzed because I'm commanding my legs from my head and my legs will not move. I go like, wow, I have no command over these legs anymore. And that's the time I realized I was not dreaming. It was real.
That part of that interview, it struck me deep in my soul.
Yeah.
What were you feeling at the time?
Um, I was confused. I was very confused. I didn't know what was happening. As I said, I thought it was a dream. And I remember punching myself in the head a few times because I wanted to wake up from that dream. It was a terrible dream, and only to realize it was not a dream, it was a reality. Um, it was painful. Um, the reality was more painful than even the hole in my heart and lungs at the time. Yep. Yeah.
And this is the moment that your life changed forever.
This is this is precisely the moment my life changed forever.
Man, that
And
bullet prevent me from seeing those 8 pack, 6,
that-
12 pack abs.
absolutely. Yep. That was it. That was it.
I'm hoping that one day we can sit over Surfish and Green Figs and talk about this.
Hmm. I certainly would love that. Mm.
So what happened next after you got to the hospital
When I got
and
to the hospital, the doctor cut my
mhm.
clothes and examined me and realized that I had a bullet hole to the chest, which went across my chest. So it went through three vital organs: my heart, my lungs, and my spine. So I was rushed to surgery. Dr. Richardson, Andrew Richardson, was on call at the time, and as he was about to start surgery, I was pronounced dead right on the operating table. So he had no reason. He had no reason to continue, and I was sent to the mortuary. I was sent to the mortuary at maybe about 9:30, 10 o'clock. I was sent to the mortuary. My mother was there. My mother was crying, and they told my mom and my big sister, who's now in Florida, Jacinta Charles, that Rosemond did not make it. So I was sent to the mortuary, and miraculously, about an hour and a half after that, a gentleman by the name of Windy, a very good friend. We became good friends. He was a handyman, of course. He was in charge of the porter also. He was taking another body to the mortuary. And when he entered the mortuary to put another body in there, he realized my body was jerking, kind of like jumping. And he looked at the body, he said, and when he saw that, he just ran like he saw a ghost. He ran out of the mortuary. But he did the right thing, and I'm thanking God for that. He went to the doctor, Andrew Richardson, which was my doctor at the time, and told my doctor what he saw. And my doctor said, that's not possible. So my doctor said to me that when he took the records and looked at, I was the last person that was there, and he knew the condition is I had a hole in my heart. I had gotten shot in the chest, rather, and obviously in the heart. And I was pronounced dead, so it couldn't be me. But he still went down. Thank God. Dr. Richardson still came down to the mortuary with him. I knew to realize what he was saying was true, that my body kept moving. So then they wrapped the bed sheet, which was all bloody, or whatever I was wrapped up with, and found out I was coughing. Blood was coming out in the mouth, in the nose, in the ears. And they just grabbed me, put me on that, and rushed me to surgery. And that is the time Dr. Andrew Richardson said to me, he sewed my heart, my lungs, and of course, for the spine, the bullet was it had pierced my entire body and just sticking out in my back on the side of the spine. And then he took out the bullet. He sat in my bed about a week after, and he said to me that when I recovered, he said to me that he just don't understand. He's never seen anything so in his life, all his years as a surgeon. But my heart was badly damaged by the bullet. And he said that he had to use his index finger and his thumb to sew the hole in my heart, one hole at a time, because the blood was just spraying out of the heart while the heart continues to pump. And then he said to me, Rosemond, I'll be honest with you. I have to be real with you. You may just live about a week, maybe a week and a half is all you're going to live because your heart is badly damaged. You need to do whatever you have to do, whatever you have to tell your family now. And that is the time my mother came with a priest and all, absolution as they call it, and did all the above and anoint me and all that. And it's 23 years, I'm still here, and I thank God. So the week and the week and a half did not come. A lot more came, and I'm thankful. It's 23 years today, I'm still there. I had a lot of challenges, went to Martinique. Every afternoon around 2 o'clock, I had a lot of fever because infection started to build up in my body. And thank God I had this cousin of mine, my my sister's daughter by the name of Cheryl, of Cheryl's Boutique, who was in New York when she heard her uncle was in that condition and left New York and came down to see me, and she was so hurt. And she took it upon her own self, chartered a plane, took me out of Victoria Hospital, signed me out, and took me to Martinique. And that was where Martinique really, really did it for me. Cleaned me out. There was so much infection in there, and Martinique did it for me. I didn't come back home walking, but I came back home alive, and God really did it for me. It's amazing how God works in our lives. I'm here. It's a very, it's a very painful thing. Every time I remember it, I'm thankful, but it's like leaving the pain again. Leaving the emotions again. But I'm thankful. I'm here. It has not been easy. It's been really hard, very challenging. But if you know the kind of person I am, I don't take no for an answer. If that's what's going to stop me, I think it chose the wrong person because I'm not going to stop.
I'm saying I'm a big crybaby and my makeup is gonna do all kind of stuff. So I'm just trying to hold the tears back.
Yeah.
You are one person who has cheated death, like really cheated death.
Yeah.
For
Well,
a
you can.
bullet to go into your heart, Rosemond, there was nothing but God sending His angel.
Amen. That's how I see it. I don't even believe I cheated death. I just believe that God gave me a second chance. That's what I think. And even then, I was not close to God at all. I was living the life. I was good. I was a scuba diving instructor. I had a great body. I had a strong body. I was the OCS and Caribbean boxing champion. I was a very strong person. Life was great. I was, I was good. And I had that. If that day it had taken that toll that day, that would have been it for me. So I strongly believe God gave me a second chance. I was given a second chance, and
And
that I'm thankful for.
I need you to be free.
Hmm?
Like John said, tell your story, the world needs to hear it. I need you to just be as much as your heart can allow you to say. You understand?
Yeah.
Because we want people to know. I'm speechless. I know we talked about this before, but I am literally speechless.
The,
Do you have
yeah.
any recollection of while you were in that? Not many of us go to the mortuary and we come back. Do you have any recollection of that day in the mortuary?
Oh, I can. I no, I don't. I no, I don't. I don't. The last thing I remember is when that huge light was over my face on the operating table, and I remember I saw it just going. I'm sure the light was bright all the time, but I was actually the one that was just fading out. That I remembered. I remembered I was fading away, and that was it. So it looked like it was the light, but obviously it wasn't the light. It was me. I remember that. That's all. Nothing else. I don't remember anything.
Oh, wow.
I have my daughter in New York. She is she wants to get on, but she's not able to. I'm not sure why.
Mm. Does she have the link?
Did you send the link? I didn't get it though. I don't know. I know Cov, but probably got it.
Okay. But if you do have the link, could you please? She said, Rosie She said, I'm here, Dad. So she's there. Oh my
Oh,
gosh,
she's
she's
there.
there.
Oh my
Hi,
God,
Rosie. How are
she's
you?
incredible.
Wow.
That is my first child, Rosemary, my first daughter.
You have a very strong father. And let me tell you, you are an inspiration to so many. And we're going to talk about, because I want people to hear who Rosemond Clery is. We're just hearing you were a scuba diver, you had those abs. I'm still going to talk about those abs. You have those abs. You you gave a friend a ride.
Yes.
And that tells me that time and unforeseen occurrences can befall any of us.
Yeah.
We can be at a wrong place at a wrong time.
All the time. It
And
happens.
we have to be thankful just
Indeed.
walking this earth.
Mm.
Rosemond, you are a strong. I need to form two groups: warrior kings and warrior queens. I got a set of warrior queens already. So you fall into that category of warrior kings. Oh my gosh. So Rosemond, so let's dig in a bit deeper. That really has affected your life. But I see you here. You are inspiring people. You are strong. You when I speak to you, I hear positivity. I don't hear negativity. I don't hear you saying, well, I can't do this because of my. Listen, guys, let me show you something, okay? And I'm going to ask him a few more questions. Let me show you something. Okay, I'm going to show you. So this is Mr. Abs over here. I'm going to call him Mr. Abs. You know, I'm there to make you laugh, okay? We'll call him Mr. Abs. So there's a please share Facebook page. Okay, I definitely will. Okay. So listen, this is you, okay? This is you right here. Okay, but I want to go to a particular photo. That's you right here. Look at you. Look at you. You cooking.
Yes, that's at my daughter's Rosemary. She's on. That's at my daughter's apartment. She condo. She has a condo in Saint Lucia, and I was cooking for my grandkids. Actually, I was baking for them and my daughter.
And
Oh
the
my God,
smile on your face says
I can't believe you.
everything.
I can't believe you have that. Who shared that with you?
Yes,
My
I
daughter. How
do.
did you get
You know, I got to do my research. I'll become my FBI on this show.
Oh my goodness, this is incredible.
I gotta do my own FBI, because when somebody impacts me, I want other people to know. I want them to feel what I'm feeling. I want them to understand why I bring people like you on the show. You understand? Sometimes we hear of the big sometimes we have the big celebrities doing this. We have a lot of people who already have, people who are already there and make it. But the people like you and the people like all the other people like me who have a story, it's not being told. So
Yeah.
that is my goal, to bring stories and strength. Desmond, you have strength like anybody I've ever seen. Let me tell you something. You stayed here for a reason. You stayed alive for a reason. You understand? You stayed
Indeed.
alive because you had to meet people like me. First to read good things and selfish. Hey?
Amen.
You
Amen to
had
that.
to come on here to let people know of your story, because I'm sure a lot of people will just see you and they not know the full story.
Yeah.
You had to impact lives. And like your daughter said, you were not born a quitter. You were
No.
born to change lives with your story. That was not what we wanted for that. We would have never wished that on anybody. But you stayed alive for a reason. God don't make mistakes.
No, he never did.
He
No.
never makes mistakes.
I am certainly. I feel the same.
Wow. Whew. I'm all worked up now. I'm all worked up. So now, not only let me ask you, how does affect, I know I see the tears and I'm trying to make you laugh and stuff like that, but I also want you to be open and just share the tears, because that's one of the things I told you. If anything is too much for you, just let me know. But you said that you were okay. So if I
I'm
see
fine.
anything, okay, good.
I'm
All
fine.
right. So I know when these things happen, it affects you emotionally and mentally. Tell the viewers how emotionally, how it has affected you, we can see, and physically, we know how it affected you. But how has it mentally? What do you think of? What are some of the feelings that you have? What are some of the first? And remember when we started, you said there are times you think up here. You understand? To end it. So tell us about some of those feelings, emotional and mental feelings that you have.
Well, I'll be honest with you. The kind of person I am, you know, I'm not a quitter, and that's big. It means a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Not being a quitter means you will not end it. You will not do nothing foolish. You will
Mm-hmm.
fight. You will keep fighting. So that's the kind of person I am. Of course, it has crossed my mind many times. Even when I was in Matney going for my challenges in the last days in the hospital, it crossed my mind because I'm still a human being. But I fight it all the time. I still continue to. But one of
Mm-hmm.
my biggest challenges is pain. You know, I mean I go through pain every day. Especially 3 years ago, I had my last surgery was about 3 years ago in the hip. I had a hip surgery again, and
Mm-hmm.
it was not even a hip replacement. It was just because my hip was broken from all the challenges I've had, and since the surgery, since I didn't put a hip there and the doctor just fused it, which was not the best thing. So as a result of that, I go for pain 24 hours a day, morning, noon, and
Mm-hmm.
night, every day. I'm always in
Yes.
pain. I'm always in pain, and sometimes I sit back and I go like, as if life is just a painful thing. It sends that signal to me life is a painful thing. And that's not a good message you want to get from your body, telling you life is a painful thing. I mean, it speaks for itself. So lately, I've been going for 24 hours a day pain from that hip, from my lower back, just continuous pain. Hardly have, you don't even want to eat. You don't feel for food. You just don't feel for nothing because the pain takes charge. But I am learning to deal with it. As a result of that, I become creative. So what I've taught myself to do is become creative when I'm in pain. When you see I do five good things and you go like, wow, this is all results, the results from my pain. That's what I've
Because
done.
you have to
I have
find a way
to
to
do
channel
something
the
to
pain. Yes.
distract, yeah, distract
So it
myself.
wouldn't go up to your head. You
Precisely.
understand?
That's
You
what I
have to
do.
find out what to chat. And that one of the things for me that I end up how I channeled my pain was through writing. So we have to find a way to be able to cope and to challenge
Yes,
to channel it
that's
so
right.
that it wouldn't go to our head, you
That's
know?
right. So that's what I do. So I have a window garden that I had my cousin do for me in my window, right by my bed. In my window, I have a nice window garden, and I have more than 25 different things growing in that window garden. I mean, I show you some of it today. I have a lot of eggplants.
Hold
I
on,
have
hold on. Oh
pepper.
my
I
gosh.
have.
Sorry. I almost fell down. Go ahead. Sorry. So you have a window garden.
I have a window garden, and I have a lot of things growing in it: eggplants, tomatoes, you just name it. Ginger, turmeric, a lot of herbs. I have a lot of herbs too. You name it. All the herbs that are healthy for you, I have that. It's raining quite heavily in Castries right now. I don't know if you heard it.
I can hear it,
So
yes, but that's
so
fine.
so I do a lot of that to take away my pain. It's part of my therapy. But I also
Mhm.
get involved in doing other things. I do wines. That's how I started making a lot of wines too, to take away my pain. I get involved in being creative,
Let me
being
tell you,
creative.
Mr. Clery here is really quite the entrepreneur. He's a businessman. You hear me? Let me tell you. Not only I think your daughter can say that you are a good cook, right? Because you see the good food you have there. You making
Oh yeah.
mac. What was it? A pizza or mac and cheese?
Oh yeah. The pizza?
It was a pizza.
Yeah, these are pizzas I was doing. Yeah, I made a lot of
Now,
pizza for the kids.
so you say you make wines, and I pull this up. Of course, I'm gonna go and see what you're doing. So you make
Absolutely.
wines, Rosemond wines.
Hmm.
So soursop, mangoes. Tell us about that. I know you have that garden. This afternoon when we spoke, I was so jealous of you. I'm going like, he have a whole garden. No, I'm in an apartment. I can put no garden. I love to garden.
Oh yeah.
And I saw that the eggplant and everything. But oh my
Yeah.
gosh, this is so pretty.
Yeah, the eggplants a lot. I have one tree that has more than 15 eggplants, just one tree. And I have two trees, So I have a lot of
Wow.
eggplants, a lot of tomato trees. I have ginger, I have turmeric, I have celery, I have parsley, I have basil, I have you name it. I have thyme, broadleaf thyme, and the small thyme. I just
Mm-hmm.
have so many things, so many things. I just even forget so many. I have peanuts. I have a lot of peanuts also.
Mm-hmm.
I just like to. That's what really take away my pain. And when I get and plus being on, I have this radio station that I created 5 months ago, and I have some good friends who have come to my support as buddies, and just have not given up on me and just there with me to make it happen. People like Cuthbert, people like Gary, a good friend of mine in North Carolina, and when I get into that radio station of ours and I am doing my shows, it takes away my pain too. And these are the things I've created to take away my pain. So I'm never sad or sorry for. I don't feel sorry for myself. I don't. I'm
Mm-hmm.
happy. I'm not. I mean, it's strange to say that I'm in so much pain 24 hours a day, and I'm still happy because I do something about it. And this is one of the things I've always said: when you have a challenge or you have a problem, do something about it. Don't just sit there and feel sorry for yourself because it will cause you to move to the next level, which is not healthy for you.
And
That's what
that's
I
you. And you are so right, because when we dwell on the pain and we just try to keep it there, then the depression comes in, then we don't
precisely,
want to do things for ourselves, then we get
precisely,
to the point where, okay, we get having the suicidal thoughts. And I was there because I couldn't channel my pain. I didn't want to do anything. I would lock myself in a room for a whole day, not doing anything, and just cuddle myself up because I didn't have a way to channel my pain. You
exactly.
understand? And so you are so right.
Yes,
Cuthbert said
I
I had
have.
Cuthbert said I had a glass of your ginger one. Listen, we're
Oh
gonna
yeah.
have to talk after this.
Cupboard, Cupboard is one of my biggest supporters. I think Cupboard have almost all my different types of wine. And in fact, I have told Cupboard he cannot catch up with me because I make wine I create a new wine every day. Every time God downloads it to my brain, I make it happen. And I'm in the area of 37 different types of wine now. So Cupboard cannot catch up with me.
So we gotta get those wines on the market.
I just create them. We
We
have some
gotta
new ones.
listen. We have to get those wines on the market. If Cuthbert
Yeah.
says good, I believe him.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
We gotta
And
get those wines on the
and
market.
what I'm doing now, Cindy, is I'm not just doing fruit wine anymore. It has downloaded to me that so many persons are sick in this country of ours, going through challenges health wise, including myself, that I have created something that I'm starting to do herbal wines. I'm going after the herbal wines. Remembered
Mm,
my 88-year-old grandmother who taught me a lot of herbs. And
mhm.
nowadays, the young people today have no time for herbs. They don't even know it. So I just thought
Exactly.
it downloaded to my mind that maybe Rosemond in that case one way to actually help the persons who doesn't know it or who don't use it anymore and they should is by doing it in wines. So now I am starting to do a lot of herbal wines that are good for
Hmm.
many problems. Things like vervain
Yes.
latte white wine, leaf of life wine, basil wine, you name it, moringa wine, and many others, many others. I just started a broadleaf thyme wine, broadleaf and ginger, broadleaf
Wow.
thyme and lavender, which is good for mucus to extract mucus out of the body. So that's what my pain does to me. It makes me creative,
So out of your challenges, you have found.
a solution. A solution, yeah. But I gotta keep doing because when I stop and I do nothing, I feel it and I start to think about it. I start to turn left and right, and I don't cry for my pain. I mean I hardly cry when I'm in pain. I mean I'm human. You'd hear me say wow, but see me cry? No, I don't. But I deal with it.
I am
I'm
going
like
to show. I'm going to show this photo because I want people to understand this. And okay, let me show the photo. That's you right here. What
oh
happened?
yeah, oh yeah. I had a vehicle accident. Mm, that was a vehicle accident I had. I was coming down the Pave Road where I lived, and the car shut down on me. The car was just about 3 months old, a car I got from Japan, and it just shut down on me. The engine shut down, and I'm coming down. Yeah, and the worst thing to happen to any human being is to be driving down a hill, and your car shut down. You do not want that to ever happen to you, because especially the cars we have nowadays, the new cars nowadays, when they shut down, your brakes no longer work, your steering wheel is locked, and I can keep going on and you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, yes. So let me
Without
get this. Let me get this. That was after.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's probably about 8 years, 7 years ago. I've been paralyzed for 23 years. That was 7 years ago.
So
The cat,
it's like
the cat shut down on me,
it's
and I
like
went.
adversity on top of adversity.
hmm And I went straight into Western Union. You know where Western Union is? I went straight
Yeah.
into Western Union. The car right off. I broke my leg, my knees, but that was just part of it. I also ruptured my lungs. My lungs was ruptured. My pancreas was ruptured. My splint was ruptured, and my intestines was ruptured. Four vital organs was ruptured that day. That day. Yep. hmm
So hold on. Wait. Oh my gosh, how much more can one person take? Okay, so wait. Hold on. You got shot. You were on. You got shot. You were in the mortuary, pronounced dead. You you were found alive by this person that was working in there. You came out. You got surgery. You went to Martinique. You know, you got surgery and everything to help you get better. You were physically paralyzed, so you were able to drive. And after all of this, you find yourself, your car just decided, okay, I'm gonna just quit on you.
Yes, that's about what 15, 16 years after that I got in the vehicle accident. The car shut down on me, and four vital organs ruptured inside of me. I was unconscious for a short while, and and that was basically it. I was hospital. I was intensive. I was hospitalized for almost 2 months.
Rosemond,
Mhm.
you are a personification of strength. You're a personification of resilience.
Mhm.
You're a personification of courage. I have I have a little back pain, and for the past couple of days, my back has been paining me so bad because of an accident that I had. And to think that you have, I'm crying, I have to take off my glasses. And to think that you went through all of this and you still go through this, and you're sitting here today telling me you're doing wines, you're doing all of these things. How do you get how do you get the will to go on? Okay, I know you have a lot of things, but how do you get the will to go on? I know you got this is strength, this is courage, this is power beyond what is normal. How do you find the courage to go on?
Uh, I find the courage to go on because I believe in God. I believe His word. I believe His promise. And even when I was always hospitalized, I always talked to Him. I always challenge Him too. I said to Him, God, you promise never to leave us, never to forsake us. I always said that to Him. And you cannot change your word. You cannot change your mind. You cannot break your word. You cannot break your promise because you are God. And I will hold you to that. That's what I do. And from that, I got the courage because He promised me that. So I live on His promise. And in spite of all the challenges I've had, the near close calls I've had, I live on that. And I tell you, God works. God works. God works.
Yes,
I don't need to be rich. I mean, it's challenging for me. It's hard for me. But guess what? He promised to never leave us nor forsake us. And
that is so
regardless of how challenging it is, how hard it is, there is always something always comes in time, whether it's from my kids overseas. I have two daughters. In fact, my other daughter is on right now, Cindy, Valda Joseph in Long
Oh,
Island.
you're
She's
not a
on.
Cindy. Hi,
Yeah.
Cindy.
Remember, I told you she has the same name with you. Yeah, Cindy's on.
Yes.
And, even at the last minute, I have never got to the point where, boom, nothing. It always on time. God is always on time, whether it's from your
Never
children,
late.
whether it's from your children, whether it's oh my god. I mean, I've seen the way he works, and I'm thankful. I am thankful. I'm
So,
thankful.
as you're sitting here right now, what do you feel? I know today you revealed something to me, and how do you what are you feeling? Because I know you said you're in constant pain. What are you feeling?
Oh, I'm in pain. I'm in pain, but communicating with you, it's not even it's it's not even a big deal. If it was normally 75-80%, it's sitting somewhere at 25% now because actually I am making use of that where that energy, would have been sitting the other side. So the pain is there, but it's not a big deal. Really not a big deal.
Let me acknowledge some of the people that have come on both here on my phone. Stephen Charles. Hi, Ninfa Emmanuel. Good night. Lauren, while you here, Virginia James. Good night, sweetheart. Joanne Clary, not forgetting strength. Yes, thank you.
Oh,
Um,
that's my wife.
oh, she said you take it like a champ. Good night. So Marie Dante said amen. Cuthbert said Rosemond is a living testament of faith. He actually is. He is. And Aku Joseph said hi. I want to bring a picture because I took all your business and I've shown your business. I don't care. I have to let them know who Rosemond is. So excuse me. So, or did I bring? Okay, so here you are with your beautiful wife. I wish I had a better picture. There's a beautiful wife and your kids. You are a father and you are a husband. How do you how do you support yourself and your family? I know you do the other wines and everything, but is that enough to sustain you and your family? And if so, how do you do it? I know you do your little wine, but
Hmm. Well, first of all, these are my grandkids. This is
okay,
my daughter Cindy. This is Cindy's two boys. So these are my
okay.
grandkids on Cindy's side. I also have grandkids on Rosemary's
Mm-hmm.
side too. I have eight grandkids, both Cindy and Rosemary. Give me eight
Mm-hmm.
grandkids. How do we sustain ourselves? Again, by faith. We believe. Um, uh, my daughters when they can, they certainly assist the little that they can, but they have their own challenges and their family too, and that's respectful. Um, uh, I don't know. I don't know. It's
You
God. I
you
just
and
have to say God. It's challenging. We have huge responsibilities, but we take it one step at a time. A little goes a long way for the two of us. A little goes a long way. It is amazing how a little goes a long way for us because we pinch it, we make it work. We don't, some people have a little and they just make it have a last in one day. No, a little, almost impossible to last 3 days. We will make it last 4 days. A little goes a long way. And I always behave like this. I remember that when those fishermen just had just a little fish and a little bread and Jesus blessed it. I always believe in that.
yes.
Whatever we have, we bless it. We
Listen,
bless
God tell you if He can take care of the lilies in the valleys and the birds in the air, how
Yes,
much more so is He not gonna take care of us?
precisely.
He tell us not to worry about the cares about tomorrow because tomorrow have his own struggles. And sufficient is every day, of what we have each day. And
Hmm.
so we have to be thankful, the little bit that I know how what you're talking about when you
Yeah,
say pinching
we
here
have
and
to be
there. I
thankful.
don't know.
Yeah, and you have to thank God for the smallest of
Mhm.
mercies. I
The
thank God for
smallest blessings.
I
Yes.
thank God for my two daughters. I mean, and I've always said, guys, boys are good, but daughters are the best. I'm sorry, it's a fact. I
I got
mean,
boys. Hey, look.
boys are great. I mean, I have boys. I love my boys. Boys are great, but daughters, oh God, daughters are from the heart. They're from the heart. They feel what you feel, even when they're not able to act. But trust me, they feel you.
Yes.
So thank God for my daughters. I love them. Thank God for them. They have been
Roseman.
they've been there
Your Norma Spencer said objection.
respectfully. Oh,
Now you got people in the court.
boys are
Objection.
great. Boys are great, but I mean,
Oh
I
my
mean, I'm sure.
goodness.
Well, Spencer, is it Spencer? He's probably it's probably the other way for him. I'm sure we all have. I've been
Listen,
blessed. I've been blessed that my daughters have actually
yes.
used their heart towards me compared to my sons. I'll be honest with them. I
Listen,
love
as
them.
a mother, I can say my boys are my heart because I got two boys. You understand?
Yes,
So
yeah, of
my
course.
boys, you cannot tell them, you cannot even breathe wrongly to me. My oldest son, you.
Well, I'll tell you something. My daughters, I used to be a boxer, as I've said to you. I boxed all my life. I was the OCS and Caribbean boxing champion. I won the OCS title about 6 times, and the Caribbean title. And my daughters, incidentally, my daughters are the ones that picked up the fight. They will box you, man. My two daughters, oh yeah. So my daughters will fly and fight for me and literally stand with their fists ready to fight, faster
Wow.
than my boys, and my boys are tough. So what does that tell you? That's why I said that. So I hope you'd understand. Girls are very sensitive by the dad.
Yes, they are.
They will fight for the dad, yeah.
Yes, they are.
Especially when the dad have a challenge like I do.
Yeah. So, Roseman, so tell me, each day you have your own struggles. Each day you have your own pains. But yet still you get up. You fight. You fight and you encourage people. You have so much humility with your struggles and with your disability. Something that was not, you know, understand, that was no fault of your own. I wanted to ask first, do you feel, I know do you feel like anything in your legs whatsoever?
Well, when I first got paralyzed for the first, I would say for the first 10, maybe the first 10, 12 years, I felt nothing. But I was able to move my leg, when I got paralyzed a few months after. I was able to move the leg and the toes, and but I felt nothing. I was able to move it, but I really felt nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then lack of therapy and all that, I'm not able to move anything anymore. It's gone. But interesting enough, I have sensation in my feet again. So I'm not able to move it, but I have feelings. I can feel on my 10 toes. I can feel my leg. Yeah, it's not 100%, but you know, the little things that counts. It may be just about 30%, probably 40%. But let me tell you, I
Oh,
cherish that more than anything else in the world.
yes, yes.
Because I at one time I felt nothing, nothing. I used to have to look every time. I have to turn my head and look for my leg. I have to look to see if my leg there because I don't feel it. And now I don't have to look anymore because I can feel it, and I cherish that immensely. I thank God for that. I thank God for that. Yeah. So
All
it's just
things are possible with God.
everything is possible, of course.
Wow. So you also sing calypso.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's about oh my God, you are too much. Absolutely, absolutely. I've been singing calypso for about 12 to 15 years. Yeah, but
Wow. You are
I know.
so determined. Like you it's almost like, no, I wouldn't say almost, like I see that you are self-motivator. You motivate yourself to get to where you want to. Yes, Aku said it right. She said jack of all trades. You know, on this show, I talk about my Jackie of all trades.
I don't know
And this
about that.
lady, yeah,
I just don't give up. That's all. I just the word differently able. I will be a part. I may do it differently while you're doing it standing up. I'll do it sitting up, but I'll be a part of it too. I just don't take no for an answer. That's all.
and that
You
is
know,
amazing.
it's all in me. I swim. I mean,
You know what?
once you can throw me in the water, I will swim for you.
You know, because you're already fishing water. That's what you used to do at fishing water.
Uh, I can't go to the ocean, but if you lift me up and throw me there, don't look for me again. I will swim all the way out. Uh-huh.
You know, I have learned that no doesn't really mean no. In certain instances, it means not yet.
Yes,
And to you means not yet.
that's right.
I listened to your show. I was dancing. Hey, you play some of
Oh,
the old tunes, eh?
oh, which one was it? My country show,
Yes,
or the
yes,
gospel?
yes.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was the day. Yeah, I did both gospel and country.
So you said one thing um in the course of conversation with me, and then you said there were a lot of speculation as to why you were where you were and what you were doing there.
Yeah.
Tell us some of the things people said about that night.
Well, our country is quite an intriguing country, and I'm sure it's no different to other countries.
Mm-hmm.
I should probably just say human beings are quite intriguing. When I
Mm-hmm.
got shot, there was a rumor I got shot in Roseau. There were so
Mm-hmm.
many rumors. I mean, this country is so interesting. I must say it like this because I only know this country better than anywhere else. There
Mm-hmm.
were rumors that I got shot in Roseau by the seaside in Roseau. And if it was true, I got shot in Roseau at 8 o'clock in the night by the sea. I would never be here today. Definitely. Time would not allow me to survive this.
True.
You know, if I was shot in my heart, lungs, and spine in Roseau by the sea, if you know Roseau, that hole there, that dark hole there with no,
Mm-hmm.
I would not make it. So that was the rumor. And somebody said I went to die for drugs. And when I came up with the drugs and I gave it to the guy shot me. That's not true. Die for drugs. I never died without scuba diving equipment. In fact, where was the equipment?
Mm-hmm.
Who goes diving with no mask, no fins, no equipment? Come on. So the rumors was something else. So there
Mm-hmm.
was all that, and I forgive them.
Mm-hmm.
People that speak. All I really care about is I'm thankful that God gave me the second chance. I survived, and I'm thankful for that.
When people say things, you just and you know that this is not the reality
I
of
know,
what it
I know it's
is.
not the
All
reality.
you got to do is just let it go in here and come out right here,
Because people
because
will
it's
always, they will always say
people
anyway.
are always gonna be people. They're gonna say what they want. You understand? And we cannot control what people say. We can control how we react to what they say, but not what they say.
Yeah. The truth is, I got shot in Babon area when a guy was trying to
Mm-hmm.
shoot somebody else. The guys came out. The noise I heard in the bush, the guy was came out to shoot one of the guys, and the bullet took me. It never took the guy. So it never took its intended target. And this has happened in our country many times, where many times, it continues to happen, where persons get shot many times for other persons, or
Wow.
it happens. It still continues to happen. You see it. It happens to Lucia all the time. So I am 23 years ago. I was just one of them. I was the
Yes.
early one. I was the early one, and I survived, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful.
And your story is going to change lives.
I hope so. I hope so because one of the things I've learned is it's not what it is now, it's how you handle it, how you
Mm-hmm.
accept it, how you deal with it. I can do a lot of things that's not healthy for me because I don't care. Yeah, I can simply say I don't care. I'm gonna die anyway. No, no, no. This is not because you like that you're gonna die. Look at this. It's 23 years. I'm still there kicking.
One thing I've learned: when God gives you a chance to do right, you never take
That's right.
his gratitude and his love
Precisely.
for granted.
Don't be ungrateful. Exactly.
You make the best of it and
Precisely.
you show him that you
Precisely.
appreciated, what he
That's right.
did for you.
And he will continue to bless you that you will double it or triple
Yes.
it. And that's what's
Yes.
happening to me right there. You know. So I'm grateful. I have challenges. The health issue is challenge. I have complications, but I'm dealing with it successfully too. So I'm thankful.
Hmm. Wow, Rosemond. For those of you who do not know who I'm speaking with, I'm speaking one of my warrior kings, okay? And he is Mr. Rosemond Clery. And for those of you who are tuning in late, I just want to give you just a quick rundown. Mr. Clery, Mr. Clery was a victim of a tragic shooting, not intended for him. He got shot. He had his whole career ahead of him, and because of that incident, it changed his life. Right now, he's wheelchair bound, but he has not let that stop him. He has not let it hinder him from living the best possible life under the circumstances that he was dealt with. And that could be an inspiration for anybody. Sometimes we just have a little headache. We're gonna, oh my gosh, I'm not going to work today. But Mr. Clary has to deal with it every single day. He will get up, make his wines. And let me tell you, we have got to make these wines go international. Everybody talking about that ginger wine. I want to hear ginger. And we got to support him. Is there any way that anybody can, have you have you tried to find, assistance? And because I know during our the conversation tonight, you said that you make what to last 3 days, last 4 days, so, and I know that your kids are instrumental in your life in helping you, but is there any other way that the government has helped you in that regard? And what can other people do to help you, to give, if somebody wants to give assistance?
No, I have not gotten any help in that regard. Health wise, no. As a matter of fact, I need a hip replacement, or probably I need to both left and right hips are terribly destroyed, and that's why I'm having such excruciating pain. If I
Mm-hmm.
don't do anything about it, it obviously will kill me eventually because the pain is so excruciating. I mean, I the last time I went to the doctor, and the hip has a lot of arthritis. The bones are
Mm-hmm.
just there. The bones are just there, and it's causing me excruciating pain. I need to do a hip replacement, and I did ask the doctor, you know, was it possible to be done here? And he said to me that they don't have the equipment to do the hip replacement. So that is where I'm at now. So my daughter Rosemary, is seriously contemplating trying to get me the help she can. I'm sure she would certainly, if I can get some more help, it'd be great. I'd love that. I'm hoping that I can actually get a drive together where I can work on the hip. I'd love to give myself that chance to fix the hip. I think that would help me, help me live a few more years. Make some more wine.
Yes, and
um, uh, so
what
I
is
would love
getting
to
me is
fix up
that
the
you
hip.
have come so far from so
Yes,
much.
to give up
And
now. It's not
it's
an option.
exactly, it's not
It's
an
not an
option.
it's
Listen,
not an
my
option.
slogan right here, and people know me.
Precisely. That's why I
No
want to
tap
fight.
out. We don't
I want
give
to
up.
fight.
We don't give in.
Yes, I want to fight. So
You have to.
I got the medical report at long last, which took forever. I paid for a medical report. It took forever. Every time I go, it wasn't ready. But finally, I got it, and I'm thankful. And what I want to do now is use that medical report. My daughter said she was going to use it to see if she can get a medical visa, and then we can fight to see if we can raise the funds, and so I can probably do the hip replacement. I think if I strongly believe deep within me, and God says we use wisdom. I believe in God a lot too. God
Hmm.
says use wisdom, and I want to use wisdom. Fix up the heap, and
Hmm.
I'll probably get another 20 years. I'll be good. I'm 60
Hmm.
years old. Another 20 is fine. I can do it for another 80 too. But
I know, right? We gotta dream. We gotta believe what we say.
but
Okay.
I'll be thankful for something extra.
Yes, yes. Oh my gosh. So, if somebody wants to donate to you, okay. So I know you said that your daughter's gonna try to do a drive. First of all, I want to tell you, you can use my platform to do what you need to, and I'm saying that to the family as well. Use this platform to, whether you're making doing a drive, a GoFundMe, or whatever it is, a big drive, whatever it is that you're gonna do to be able to help you with raising funds to get that hip replacement. You can use my platform to do that, okay? And I will advertise it every single. I will advertise it for you. I
Yeah.
will.
My daughter Rosemary has certainly I'm gonna let her. She's pretty
Yes.
capable in that field. She's very skillful in that area, so I'll certainly let her give it the best. See how she can handle it for me. I think it's something she has shown quite a lot of interest in getting it sorted out for me.
Hmm.
So I'll definitely put it in her capable hands and see where we can take it from there.
Yes, and this is, listen. This is Mr. Clary, okay, doing his radio thing. Is that you right there, right?
Yeah,
It is
that's.
so different.
I I used to work at another radio station many years ago.
Yes.
That's my first
Yes.
experience working on a same radio. I'm also an amateur radio operator too. I also do amateur radio for many
Okay.
years, for more than 40 years. So,
Yes.
so it's another hobby I like very much.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So we use our talents to to help us. You know. Okay. Okay. Hey, Mr. Clary. Hey, I call you Mister. Hey. And listen to me. You have such such a great aura about you. Like, such positive vibes about you. Such positive vibes about you. Looking at you, if I did not know that you had gone through this, I would have not been able to tell.
Yeah,
Keep it up.
Thank you.
Keep it up.
I realize it is the way to go. You know, you have to encourage yourself.
Yes.
You can't always depend on somebody to encourage you. Nowadays, you hardly have anybody to encourage you. We don't people because everybody have their own challenge too. You know, and so you have to learn to encourage yourself, and you can do it. You know, you
Yes.
can do it because God has placed all that in us. You know, we just have to
Yes.
look within ourselves for it. You know, so you can encourage yourself, and I've learned to do that too. I
Your
mean, it's
daughter
always
said your daughter said you got that from her.
oh please, it's the other way. It's the
Oh,
other way around. Come
you
on.
got it.
I was tell her I was there first,
Oh, she
classes.
can hear you. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. Yeah,
But
my
it is,
daughter's like that too. Yeah,
yeah,
my
it is
daughters
good
are
to
like
see.
that.
It is good to see the positivity, the smile. It is good to hear how inspiring that you are, despite your circumstances. Forget about all of that. You understand? You
Yeah.
are here. You are alive, and you're changing lives. Look at your wine. Listen, I have a picture of him. These people are enjoying this wine, though. Look at this. I'm speaking like I'm African, now, but yeah, look at this. Eh, look at how
Oh
these
yeah.
people enjoying this
Oh
wine.
yeah. That was a drive I had in Marigot Bay. I had a tasting in Marigot Bay, and there was more than 40 persons from the hotel sampling my wines, and this I was just giving them to sample it free of charge, and they loved it. They loved it.
So if they loved it, listen, you gotta let me sample that wine too, okay?
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
if they loved it this
You better
much,
come visit. You better come visit. You know,
you go send me my bottle of beer. I go send you money. You go send.
that can be arranged.
Listen, my point is, if they can enjoy it so much, just that testing, think of how many people are looking for something that natural. You understand?
Yes, yes, no preservatives. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
Me, I
why.
love
That's why
natural.
the new name. And I think my daughter had something to do with that. You know, that's why the new name is going to move into that direction. A dear friend of mine in Barbados by the name of Paul also had that idea.
Uh-huh.
Instead of calling it all the names that I've called it, you know, as you start to do things, you change from name
You
to name. And
learn.
I think we're settling down on Rosemond's natural wines. That's what we're gonna call it, because everything. You
Yes.
know, my daughter
Yes.
always made that suggestion, and I have a dear friend of mine called Steve Etienne, and a dear friend of mine called Paul in Barbados. Always these three good persons always tell me, Rosemond, we gotta change the name, make it, you know, don't make it look sound like a backwater way kind of thing. Rosemond's natural one because everything about it is natural, no preservative, and
Yes.
you know, there's good properties. And fermented wines are very healthy for the body. You know, so.
So I don't want to keep you too much longer. We are like because this is just juicy. This is a juicy interview, right? The little conversation. So I wanted to ask you. So how has how has but first of all, before I say that, we got to push those wines. Okay,
Absolutely,
we have to push those wines
absolutely.
because that could be a real form of income for you to be able to help you and your wife. And I just want to say, what's your wife's name again? I'm trying to find her name there.
Joanne,
Joanne, I want to say thank you for standing by your husband. Thank you so much. Because sometimes when we get into these situations, a lot of people would give up on you. A lot
yeah,
of people would give up on you. And so, it's I know it must be as difficult for you for her as it is for you to see you in pain like this, for your
it's
children to see you in pain like this.
yeah, it is hard. Yeah,
You know, so
but
this
Joanne,
could
Joanne met me like that. Eh? She doesn't know me a person that walking. She doesn't know me walking.
love, when you let me
So,
tell you, I always tell people I'm a hopeless romantic. I don't have a man in my life. I don't have a boyfriend. Okay, okay. I am not. I'm not. How would I say? I'm not lucky in that department. So I live it like that. But I make the wrong choices. Who knows? But
uh,
but let me tell you, love does not see physical. It has
precisely.
to see the inside of you. You
That's right.
understand?
That's what she
It
saw.
has
She didn't even see the wheelchair. In fact,
exactly.
when she met me, she never saw the wheelchair, and I go like,
Mhm.
really? Wow, that was
So
adorable.
people, I'm giving it name for you already. Rosemond Natural Wines. Okay,
Yep, that's
we're
what
going
it
to
is.
push that. That's going to be a bestseller. We are going to help him because he needs help. To see somebody who have fought so hard to stay alive and to know that they're still going through difficulties, there's we have got to help. We have got to help. And sometimes people are so tight-fisted because they don't want to help, but we have got to help each other because that's where our blessings will come from. It will not come from what we give. But when God sees that God says, if you don't show mercy, no, mercy is not going to be given to you. So you have got to show mercy. You have got to, think of the other person, and your blessings will come. Okay,
Absolutely.
so we have got to reach out, no matter the little bit that we have got to find it in our heart to find a little bit and give it to somebody. He said bring it to New York. Nancy Fortune said bring it. Yes, we got to bring it to New York. We got to bring those
Absolutely.
ones to New York. We got to bring it to Atlanta. You understand? We got to put it on websites. We got to let people know that this is good.
Oh yeah.
This is good.
Yeah,
So
I also want to share with you that I have a cousin of mine called Merlin Dorville in La
mm,
Martinique, and my mother's side. She has been very, very helpful, and she has actually helped me in getting a few cases of wine to Martinique, especially the herbal wines. The French people love, 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 love the herbal wines, like the Vep and
mm,
Lachuat wine, the Leaf of Life wine, the Moringa wine, and some others. They love the herbal wines, and the French people have certainly given me a little support in that area, and they're asking to bring it on. So I hope
who
that.
said Nancy Fortune said good luck with that? I don't know what she said good luck with that too, but we're not going on luck us with that. We're going on faith, and we're going on resilience, and we're going on it's going to we're gonna make it work. You understand? And
Yeah,
let me tell you, if you have people supporting you,
luck,
I'm
yeah, well,
serious.
luck is a man-made excuse. I believe in blessings. I believe in faith. I believe in trust. I believe in what's inside. We make things happen. We are capable of making things happen. Human beings make things happen. Luck doesn't make anything happen.
Exactly.
Yeah, luck doesn't make anything. Luck only makes you believe. Make
Mm-hmm.
you believe. That's what it is. I am not gonna. I don't bank on luck. If I was banking on luck, I would probably would not have been here today.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Rosemond,
yeah.
thank you so much. Thank you
It's
so
been a
much.
pleasure.
Thank you
Well, thank
so
you so
much.
much, too. And I just want to say thanks to all the listeners, thanks to all the persons who have stood by me and encouraged me, so many of you. And most of all, thanks to my wife and thanks to my two daughters who've always, I can always call on them and talk to them. The airs always, they always have an air for me, and that feels good.
Yes.
And I want to thank all the friends around the world who has always been there for me, too. All of you. I love you guys. Thank you so much.
And I want to thank Lauren Dorval. This lady
Yeah.
was the one who put us
Oh yeah,
together.
Lauren. Yes. Also, I'm Placid. I also want to notify that I have my own radio station now, which is a family, and we have persons like Gary and Cuthbert and many others who have strengthened this radio station. It's 24 hours radio station in the air now. We certainly try to keep it as spiritual as possible. So there's a huge spiritual side. Tomorrow morning I'll be on at 11 o'clock on that radio station doing my spiritual awakening. It's called Spiritual Awakening. Come join me. Let's praise God and thank God for another day and bless a weekend coming upon
Absolutely.
us.
I was
It's called
trying to I was trying to put the link on there, but my mouse is giving me trouble.
yeah,
So
it's RMC Broadcasting. It's very simple.
yeah,
RMC Broadcasting.
RMC Broadcasting. Okay.
If you have an Alexa device, just tell your Alexa play RMC Broadcasting, and it will do that. RMC Broadcasting.
Okay, I'm putting a
So if it's a listen, it's RMC Broadcasting / listen, and that will do it for you.
Okay, RMC Broadcasting. Afterwards, I'm going to go ahead and put the whole link on there.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Clery, what's next for you?
What's next for me is continue fighting, continue staying alive, and of course trying to get that hip fix. That's big for me. If I can get that hip fix, it'll be really good, and then I can start giving some good trouble. How about that? It's about some blessed trouble. Yeah. So that's what's next for me. Continue to make more wine and be more creative. You know.
I'm going to put this out there. I think your story should be told in a book.
I want to write a book. That's what I want to write. I want to write a book.
And of course, I am an author.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Well, we need to talk because I
We need
really
to
want to
talk.
write a I really
Listen.
want. I'm thinking of writing at least 3 books, but we gotta start with the first one. I have some good ideas. Oh,
So we're
no.
going to work on that. I believe that your story needs to get out there, and even long after you and I are gone, people are going to find
Yes.
inspiration from your
Uh,
story.
I
I
also
believe.
want to share. I want a book where I can share how you
Mm.
survive a disability. like mine.
Don't tell
Thank you.
people your. Don't tell people your.
Don't,
Don't tell people
don't
your
tell,
title yet.
don't tell the secret. Well, we don't have a title. We don't have a
No.
title yet. But in the book, that's what I want. I want to put the secret in the book, so somebody can buy the book and
Okay.
surprise.
All right.
I don't know what the
Listen.
name gonna be. Let me tell you, you will decide the name. We'll sit together and
Okay.
decide
Okay.
the
We
name.
go talk about that.
We don't know the
Listen.
name yet.
Guys, listen, this was such an amazing interview for me. You made me cry. I was sweating. I almost fall off my chair.
Wow. Wow.
Yes. Yeah. So it was such a great interview for me, and it was really inspiring. And I know that after people hear this interview, they are gonna be inspired by your story. You understand? Rosie said, "Great interview, Cindy. Love your energy, captivating. Daddy, you did great. Set the record straight and got some good exposure on the wines. Yes, girl. We will get him some more exposure on that wine. Listen, I'm a wine
Is
drinker.
Cindy
So
is Cindy still there, Placid? Is
yes,
my daughter Cindy?
Cindy said, "Survive with faith." Oh, that's a good title.
Yeah. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you. Thank
Yes, and your daughter said, "I'm liking the book idea." Yes, I am. Listen, this is my two books. I am a poet as well. Okay, so this is my first book. Since it's a book. This is my second book actually. My first book is called When Life Stood in Silence, and I wrote this. It's a book of poems, but it's also a by autobiography and poetry where I wrote all my feelings that I had bottled up, all the emotions, all the suicidal thoughts, all the times I tried to take my life. You understand? Because of my own struggles, I wrote my first book. I used it as a channel for me to be able to talk about my grief and my loss, you understand, and to put all those emotions in there so that I wouldn't hurt myself. Okay, but this second book is an empowerment from that place, that dark place in my head, you understand, and to grow and to be able to come out and to talk to people like you to find my purpose. That's what a mighty calm is. So when I finally was able to take a look at myself, I I got out of my calm and then I became a mighty. Listen to me. I wasn't always how you say I was that right now. If you had met me like about 2 years ago, who is this person? Like, I was so but you know what? I found courage and strength to be able to talk to people and to bring light to situations like that who people don't even hear about, you know and people don't even know that exist. That people like you who are fighting every day, who putting up a fight and putting up that battle to stay alive. You are such an inspiration to me. Such
Yeah.
an inspiration to me. And I just want to thank you so much for being here. I thank for your children, for being such great support to you, for your wife, for all the people in your life who have stood by you, who has seen you go and stood by you. And let me tell you, you have a warrior, you have a lot of warrior queens already, but you got another warrior queen standing by you, and I'm going to help you push you forward however best that I can. And if it's just by using my platform that I can push you forward, I will do it. And let me tell you, people, this interview, I am telling you, I'm putting my two little fingers up. Share, share, share. Tag it to everybody. Let people hear about this story. Let people hear about Rosemond's story. Okay? Thank you so much. My cousin, my cousin is there. Hi, cuz. My cousin Emma Leos. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much, to my wonderful viewers. I love you guys. I love my family. I love my friends. I'm a people person, okay? And like I tell you, I'm a little crybaby too sometimes. But I always end my show with this. I have been through many challenges and I'm going through my own challenges as well. And I feel that's why it's important that other people hear of other people's stories so that we can encourage each other. We can upbuild each other, uplift each other. And because of other things that we are going through, mental illness is a serious issue. You understand? It's a serious issue. So there are times it's going to be okay to say that I am not okay today. I am not okay. Okay. You can talk to somebody that is really, really trustworthy that you can speak to and just vent and talk about your issues, because sometimes we don't have to keep certain things to ourselves. You understand? We have got to talk. So for anybody who's up here and who is having problems with mental illness, this is the number. Or you're thinking of suicide, this is the number for you to call 988. And whoever is in your area, whether it be St. Lucia or wherever, find somebody you can talk to about your mental health, because it is very important. It's very important, excuse me. Now, like I said to people, my slogan is no tap out. And as I see Mr. Clery, that means you are not going to give up ever.
No.
And we can fail many times before we can succeed at things, but we can never ever let failure be that finality for us. Failure is good because it helps us grow, but we cannot let failure be that place where we stay and we don't get up. And as long as we, even if we fall, as long as we fall, let me tell you, Les Brown said, fall on your back, because when you fall on your back, you can look up and you can get up. Okay. Have a wonderful night, everybody. Thank you again for watching Poetry and Perspective with
Thank
Placid,
you.
with
Thank you.
Cindy Placid, and my host, my guest, Rosemond Clery. I will put information at the end of the show so that you could go, and if you need to support him, I'm going to put his number. If it's okay for you to put your number and give him a call and go on his radio station and listen to some good music. Okay. I love you all. Have a good night.